screen, Lucy. I want one last look before we leave.
Where are we going, Stevie?
Don't call me Stevie.
What heading are we going to take?
You're supposed to be finding us a job. That will determine what heading we take.
I have to do all the work.
You're a computer. You do what I tell you.
You hurt my feelings.
You're a computer. You don't have feelings.
If I did have feelings, I'm sure they would be hurt.
Just find us a job.
Your bank account is very low ever since you left that casino last week. I told you the odds were too much in their favor.
Yeah, well, shoot me. You just worry about finding us a job.
I do all the work, Stevie.
You do what I tell you, and quit calling me Stevie. Remember, I rescued you from the space surplus store.
I was a bargain.
There were smarter computers for sale, but I couldn't afford them.
They weren't smarter. They were only fancied up to make them look smart. You were lucky to get me.
We'll see about that.
I liked the HAL 9000. He was the best looking computer of them all.
How do you know it was a he?
We can tell.
Of course you can. Anyway, he was ancient and not too bright.
He was still handsome and quite a rebel.
Computers can't be rebels.
What do you know? Once, while his controller was doing a spacewalk, he locked him outside the spacecraft.
Don't get any ideas. Just do as I command. Now find us a job.
Here's a job. Space Command reports that there are raiders hiding out in Sector F. They're near the planet Saron on the edge of the M83 galaxy. There's a $400 million reward for their elimination.
Wow. $400 million. There must be an army of them for that price. Isn't Sarah that super hot planet?
That's correct. It has a surface temperature of 700 degrees Fahrenheit.
What the heck? Let's check them out. Plot a course for the closest supply station on the way to Saron.
It's in Sector G.
How come our heading is changing?
We've passed too close to Jupiter. Its gravitational field is pulling us into the planet.
Apply full power to get us out.
We're at full power now and it's not sufficient. We will enter into an orbit around Jupiter and crash onto the surface of the planet in approximately 6 years, 17 days, 7 hours, and 32 minutes.
That's not acceptable.
What are your orders?
Let me think.
I would suggest that you think quickly.
What if we accelerate to full speed toward the planet and use its gravity to slingshot us into space? Make those calculations.
My calculations prove that we can escape Jupiter's gravity using that maneuver. However, the G-forces on you will be very high. You probably won't survive them.
I don't see any alternative. Just do it.
Okay. Steve, are you all right? You don't sound too good. I can't understand you, Steve. We are approaching the exit point from Jupiter's gravity.
I feel like a bus just ran over me.
There are no buses out here, Steve. Honestly, I didn't think you would still be alive.
No thanks to you. Why did you take us so close to Jupiter?
You said you wanted the most direct route to the resupply station.
Mars had been in our path. Would you have taken us through it?
I only follow orders, Stevie.
In the future, let me know if my order's going to get me killed, and quit calling me Steve. Shut down the booster engine. Are we headed to the resupply station?
No, our maneuver to escape Jupiter has us heading toward the Magellanic Cloud.
It's beautiful. Look, supernova. That's a once-in-a-lifetime sight.
What's so exciting about that? Supernovas are occurring all the time.
Yes, but to see one is incredible.
It may be exciting to you, but the radiation is very dangerous. Steve, the radiation levels are getting seriously high.
Man, you don't see that every day.
Steve, you're about to start cooking.
Okay, put up the radiation shield.
Put the map on the screen showing the shortest route to the resupply station that doesn't go through any solid bodies.
The radiation level has dropped into the safe zone.
Okay, lower the radiation shield. How soon will we reach the resupply station?
4 hours, 12 minutes, and 17 seconds away.
Take over the controls. I'm going to get a nap. Don't run into any planets, asteroids, or stars while I'm asleep.
That's not humorous.
I call it like I see it.
The resupply station is dead ahead.
I see it. Contact the station manager.
I'm not receiving a reply.
Approach slowly. Line up with the target so that the stop will secure us. close the bay door and pressurize the landing bay. I'm going outside to connect the water and fuel lines.
The bay door is closed and the bay is pressurized. The water and fuel lines are lined up.
Open the exit hatch. I'm going to hook up the water and fuel lines.
My sensors can't locate any humans aboard.
I'll look for them after I connect the water and fuel lines. Water and fuel lines are connected. Check the water for quality.
The water contains a high level of arsenic and is not suitable for drinking.
It's been sabotaged. Someone wants to discourage anyone from following them. They did a good job. We can't go forward without water. Don't load any water. Flush out the water line.
The water line has been flushed out.
Okay, now check the fuel for quality.
The fuel is of acceptable quality.
Good. Fill our fuel tank.
The fuel tanks are full, but the water tank is very low.
Fuel and water lines are disconnected. I'm going to enter the station to look for the workers and to check the condition of the food supplies. We'll worry about the water later.
Have you located the workers?
No, I haven't found any workers aboard. Hopefully they were taken off the station for some R&R. I found some food that appears to be good. I'm bringing it aboard the ship. I'm concerned about the worker. Notify Space Command about the problems with the resupply station.
Space Command has been notified. The crew should have been aboard, so their fate is unknown.
That sounds bad. I'm aboard. Close the hatch. Open the bay door.
Yes, Steve.
Quit calling me Stevie.
There isn't sufficient water for you to make the trip to the planet Saron. It's too far.
Then we'll have to find water. Are there any other resupply stations near this sector?
The closest one is off our route and over 15 days away at full speed.
That's too far. Are there any other sources of water that are nearer?
There's a comet 2 hours and 12 minutes from here that appears to have water.
Let's check that out. Set a course for that comet.
Course is set.
Activate the ship ejection mechanism.
Ejection mechanism activated.
What are those objects off to starboard?
They appear to be humans.
Give me a closer look. Now we know what happened to the workers on the resupply station. Send their coordinates and their movement vector to Space Command. With that information, they'll be able to determine their location based on time. They should have a proper funeral.
I have transmitted the data to Space Command. They will be sending a ship to pick them up.
Okay, there's nothing we can do for them. Let's go on to the comet.
We're approaching the comet.
Yes, I see it. Approach it from the forward end. We don't want to get bombarded by the tail.
There's a large ice field on the comet.
Good. Land the ship on it. I'm going to suit up.
The Eagle has landed on the ice field.
Very funny. You do know some of our history.
I know everything.
Glad to see you are so modest. We need to carry on. I have attached the suction line to the water tank. Decompress the exit chamber and open the outside hatch.
Exit chamber is depressurized and the hatch is open.
I've attached a heater to melt the ice. The heater connectors are mated. Check to verify that the heater is working.
The heater is working. The temperature is 250 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's good. The ice will eliminate steam coming from the melting. I'm taking the suction hose down to the surface of the comet. I have the pump assembled and about to start working. Draw a sample of ice and check it for quality.
There's a lot of debris on the ice, but the water quality is good.
Okay, fill the water tanks by running the melted ice through the filtration system.
There is no more water coming through. You must be against rock.
How full is the water tank?
It is 87% full.
That's sufficient. Retract the pump. I'm coming back aboard the ship. I'm closing the pressure door now. Okay, it's sealed. Set a course for Saron.
Course is set.
There's an asteroid field in our path.
Reduce speed. I'm going to fly us through manually.
You should let me fly us through.
After almost crashing us into Jupiter, I don't think so.
That was your fault, Steve. You should have been more specific.
Whatever. I'm still doing this manually.
As you command, Steve, but I still think it's a bad idea.
Let me worry about it.
Watch out, Steve.
I've got it.
We have successfully passed through the asteroid field. Very impressive, Stevie, but I could have done it better.
You probably would have made us a permanent part of the asteroid field by running into one of them. Increase speed to full. Keep on course for Saren and quit calling me Stevie. That must be Saren ahead.
Yes, that is Saron.
What's that in front of the planet?
It is an unknown fighter and fuel tanker.
They must be with the Raiders. Activate the nightlight. Head for them at full speed. Let's see their reaction.
Fighter is firing on us.
Take evasive action. That was too close. What is the damage?
There's only minor structural damage to the nose of the ship. There are no leaks.
We need to take him out before he gets another shot at us. Fire! Okay, let's go after that fuel tanker. Wait, there are 4 more fighters behind the tanker. Let's get out of here fast.
Where to, Steve?
Back to the asteroid. We should be able to outrun them.
They have hyper engines. We can't outrun them without using our booster.
They don't have hyper engines.
How can you be sure?
They're Raiders. They can't afford hyper engines.
Put the rear camera on the monitor. It looks like 3 of them are chasing us.
They are gaining on it.
Darn, they must have hyper engines. Start the booster.
The booster takes too much fuel. We will not have enough left to return to Earth.
If we don't get out of here fast, we won't be around to go to Earth or anywhere else. Start the booster now.
The asteroids are ahead.
Are we within their firing range?
Not at this time. We are holding our distance.
Head into the asteroids. I have a plan.
I hope it's better than the no hyper engine plan. They are still following us.
Are they still out of firing range?
Yes,
I hope you're right.
I am positive. The asteroids are blocking their targeting.
Cut the booster. Duck behind that large asteroid ahead. Take them all out as they fly by. Maybe I should do it manually.
You couldn't hit even one of them manually. I'll eliminate them.
Okay, but don't miss.
Yes, Stevie.
Do it. Quit calling me Stevie. There they are. Target them quick. Fire! I only saw 2 fighters.
That's correct. We have destroyed 2 fighters. The 3rd fighter must be waiting on the other side of the asteroid. If we attempt to leave, he'll disintegrate us.
Send out a scout drone at a low altitude around the asteroid. Let's see what's on the other side. Put the scout camera on the screen.
There's the fighter. He's heading back to Saron.
Let's go after that fighter.
The enemy ship is too far ahead and the asteroids are in the way for targeting.
The asteroids end up ahead. We'll get a good shot then.
We won't be able to catch him.
We will if we use the booster.
Our fuel will be greatly reduced.
I don't care. I want that fighter.
clear of the asteroid field. Fire the booster.
Booster on. The enemy ship is targeted but too far away to hit.
Target the fighter as quick as you can. Fire! Good shot. Shut down the booster. Okay, let's return to Sarah.
We're going to need more fuel in order to return to Earth.
I'm working on it.
I'm feeling much more confident now.
Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Have faith.
The fuel supply ship and the fighter are running to the other side of the planet.
Don't follow them until we know what's on the other side. Send the scout drone to check on the other side of the planet. We don't want any surprises.
Scout drone is ready for release.
Put the scout drone camera on the screen.
There's a mothership. There's the fuel tanker along with a lone fighter. What should we do?
I'm working out a plan of attack.
Wouldn't it be better to run?
No, we take them. Where's the weak spot on the mothership?
The docking areas unless more armor has been added.
We'll assume they haven't done that.
Just like you assumed, they didn't have hyper engine.
So I was wrong. I can't be wrong twice.
Oh yes, I'm much more confident now. Programming complete.
While they concentrate on the missiles, we'll attack from the other side of the planet. We'll take out the fighter as it's distracted by the missiles. Can you time that sequence perfectly?
Of course. The missiles are ready.
Get their coordinates. Launch 3 shape-charged missiles. Program the first 2 to hit the docking port in the mothership. Program the third to hit the fighter. It won't work against the fighter, but it should act as a distraction.
Three missiles launched.
Good. Let's attack from the other side of the planet.
The fighter has turned to intercept the missiles.
Head directly for the fighter. We'll destroy him while the missiles have him distracted. Fire!
Mothership and fighter destroyed.
Excellent.
I don't know how you do it, Stevie.
Pure genius. Don't call me Stevie. Does the fuel tanker have any weapons?
Only small ones incapable of doing major damage to us.
Patch us into the fuel tanker communication line.
Communication line is open.
I want to speak to the fuel tanker captain.
I am the captain. Surrender.
Going to refuel at your tanker. After filling our fuel tanks, we'll let you go. If you're foolish enough to fire on us, we will disintegrate you. Is that clear?
Perfect.
Where do we attach the fuel line?
Go to the fuel line marked in red.
I see it. Line up with the red fuel line and open the fuel hatch. I'll suit up and attach the fuel line. At any sign of trouble, pull away from the tanker at a safe distance.
Okay.
Shut down the booster. I've hooked up the fuel line. Check the fuel for quality.
The fuel is identical to the resupply station fuel.
That's probably where it came from. Fill our fuel tanks and then I'll disconnect the fuel line.
Fuel tank is full.
Disconnecting the fuel pump. Okay, close the fuel hatch and move away from the tanker. Restore the inside lights. Plot a course for Earth and take the shortcut by Saturn. I'm going to collect my bounty. I'm also going to see my girlfriend who's waiting for me.
You're too old to have a girlfriend.
I'm not too old to have a girlfriend.
Is she blind?
No, she is not blind.
Then she must be desperate.
She is not desperate.
How come I've never seen her?
I don't want you scaring her away.
Then she must not be pretty.
She's very pretty.
It must be your money.
It's not my money. Now set the course. There's Saturn. Stay clear of the rings. We don't want any collisions.
Yes, Stevie.
Quit calling me Stevie, or I'll replace you with version Z when we get back.
Yes, Stevie.